Hey, what's up, guys? It's Kurt here.
Artist keeps a tidy shop.
Welcome to my first ever
He is
Warframe
therefore
video.
reluctant to allow
This video is going to be a guide on how
artist's
to get a
experience.
lot of energy and
Artist
how to never run out of
considers
energy.
it as
Uh, this is a
reload.
guide for all the people that are struggling with their energy economy. So, what you want to do, you want to get this Arcane. It's called Arcane Energize. You might have heard of it. It costs about like maybe 1,000 platinum for a full set of it. Sometimes maybe 2,000. You know, around that price range. So just buy Prime Access or sell a couple Prime items and get to 2K plat, and then throw all that plat away. I mean, not throw. Give all that plat away to someone for a rank 5 energize. And there you go. You're fine with energy economy for the rest of your life. You don't have to worry about energy ever again. Thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later. Okay, but seriously, okay. No more trolling, okay? A lot of people have issues with energy economy and Warframe. I had issues with it when I first came back to the game. I struggled a lot with just keeping up energy, especially with these newer builds where you're running blind rage to shield gate and you're not running any energy efficiency. It can be really hard to keep up with energy with certain frames, and certain builds. Some people say to run Nourish or to run, I forget the name of the skill, but it's Farina's skill that drops health orbs and stuttering and energy orbs. There's plenty of different things that people suggest. One thing I never hear people suggest is to run Emergence Dissipate. The way this arcane works, it's kind of confusing. At least it was for me when I read it. While in Void Sling, press left click, which is your firing button, to dissipate the endpoint in a 10-meter radius. Enemies create a short-lived void mote that replenishes 10 energy on pickup. So for me, this was confusing because I would Void Sling and then I would press my left click. That's not how you use Arcane. A lot of people may not realize this, but you can extend your void sling radius by holding down spacebar, or just jump if you're on console. So you hold down the spacebar and then you aim at enemies and you left click, and you kind of shoot like a pretty big. It's like I'll think of it as like an explosion, but it doesn't do any damage, and it has a 10-meter radius, which is pretty huge. 10 meters is a lot in Warframe. And each enemy that gets hit by that little explosion will give you 10 energy. So if there's 10 enemies, you get 100 energy. If there's 200 enemies, you're going to get 200 energy. If there's 40 enemies, 40 energy, or 400 energy, and so on. Which in Steel Path missions, it's not that hard to come across that many enemies. So it's a pretty good arcane. People say it's bad now. I feel like it's because when the Arcane first came out, it was really broken. You could spam it. Like, you could spam the Void Sling shots. So if you have like 2 enemies in front of you, you could get full energy just off of 2 enemies because you could just spam the explosion. You can't do that anymore. Now you actually need a couple enemies to be able to get decent energy. Which is fine, like that's balanced. 100 energy may not sound like that much, or like 150 may not sound like that much, but it is, because you look at Arcane Energize, which you have a lot of people who think this is the best way to have good energy economy. Arcane Energize only gives you a 60% chance to replenish 150 energy every 15 seconds. So first, you have to hope that an energy orb drops. Then you have to hope that that energy orb procs Arcane Energize, and then you have to wait 15 seconds until you could do that again. Versus Emergence Dissipate, you see like 5 enemies, 10 enemies, you could just pop it really quickly, and then kill the enemies, and you have 150 energy, 200 energy. And there's no cooldown on it. You could just keep spamming it over and over and over again. There is absolutely no cooldown on this arcane. As long as you have energy to Void Sling, then you can use this Arcane. This Arcane has little to no downtime. The only downside is that you have to switch to your operator mode, but you switch to operator mode pretty decently fast, and you can void sling and shoot the Nova pretty fast. It's not slow at all. It's not clunky at all. It's pretty easy to do. Sure, you might have missions where a lot of enemies are dying really fast, but if a lot of enemies are dying really fast, then you probably don't really need, you're not really struggling with energy that much if everything is dying. Because what do you need to use your energy on if everything's dying constantly to the point to where you can't even use emergence dissipate on them? So in my opinion, this is a very good starter Arcane. This Arcane goes for like literally like 20 platinum. A rank 5 emergence dissipate can sell for like 20 platinum on Warframe market. It's insanely common. I mean, look, I have 94 emergence dissipates. Honestly, if anybody watching this video wants an emergence dissipate, even just one emergence dissipate is OP. Because look, so the way it works is a 10-meter radius explosion that gives you 10 energy on pickup at rank 5. The only difference between rank 5 and rank 1 is that the radius stays exactly the same, but you only get 5 energy. So you basically get one extra energy a rank. You go from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. So I mean, at rank 5, you are getting double energy every time you use it. But I say this just to say that if you're a newer player, you can take a rank 1 of this and it's still going to give you decent energy. It's going to give you a decent amount of energy. When you're a lower level player, you don't need 150 energy instantaneously. You're never going to need that. Listen, newer player getting 5 energy, off of every enemy that you use this on, and the radius is the same no matter the rank. Even a rank 1 dissipate, which you can literally buy. Forget this. You could buy 1 emergence dissipate for 1 to 2 platinum, which I guarantee almost all of you have. If you don't have 1 to 2 platinum, you can go into region chat, you can go into trade chat and say, hey, can somebody give me 1 platinum? And you're gonna find somebody who's gonna give you 1 platinum. Like, this is a very easy Arcane to get. This is the easiest Arcane. This is one of the easiest Arcanes to get that are actually useful. This Arcane is so slept on. Nobody talks about it. Nobody cares about it. But it's a very good Arcane. It's the operator Arcane as well. And we're gonna go over here to the operator table, and we're gonna just your equipment. We're just gonna look at different operator arcanes. So there's a difference. You have amp arcanes, which are like for your amp. Then you have operator arcanes. We're gonna look at the different operator arcanes. So there's like, so okay, okay. Sorry, I'm going all over the place. The point is, with looking at these arcanes, there's not a lot of them, and a lot of them aren't that good or useful. Like on void sling, reduce enemy resistance to puncture. Like that's bad. That's mid. There might be like a really niche build or really niche thing that you could do with it, but nobody's using that. Or on void sling, increase heat damage in operator mode by 30%. Okay, actually this sounds maybe interesting. But again, nobody like uses it. The arcanes that people normally use are like Magnus Elevate to restore health to your Warframe, or Magus Nourish to restore health to your Warframe, or Magus Lockdown to lock down enemies. Which, like, these are good arcanes, but again, in my opinion, you don't really need Magus Elevate or Magus Nourish, because Xmas enemies drop you so much HP at this point in the game. And you could also just run Equilibrium to not worry about HP. But that's just me and my playstyle. But even then, in my opinion, because this is something that I would even struggle with, as somebody who returned to the game and I was still kind of building myself up, I didn't have 2 operator arcanes that I felt I just needed, that were just must-haves for my gameplay. Now I kind of, Magus Lockdown is kind of a must-have for me, so I pretty much always use it. But I always just kind of have that free slot that I could just put anything there. And emergence dissipate is, in my opinion, is by far the most useful thing that you could put in that slot over anything else here. What, you know, I would say, you know, more so for someone who is, you know, like a veteran of the game, somebody who goes for level cap runs. If you're going for level cap, if you play endurance runs, you know, even if you're going into like deep Archimedia, you know, potentially, you know, you're that type of player, you're fighting higher level enemies, you don't really need Magus Elevate as much. Maybe unless you're like health tanking, you know. But again, for a player who's going for like level cap, you're not, why would you take Magus Elevate for level cap? You know, you don't need it. Just don't. If anybody disagrees, we can have a discussion about it in the comments. But from my experience playing level cap solo, I do solo level caps. You don't need Magus Elevate at all, so why would you take it? You know, you don't need the healing. Emergent Savior is like decent, but it's a 90-second cooldown, and it's not that hard to not get killed in operator mode. So, you know, Emergence Dissipate is just, in my opinion, it's just a no-brainer. You know, why wouldn't you? You know, with how valuable Warframe Arcane slots can be, I don't like to sacrifice one of my slots for Arcane Energize when I could be getting more power strength or more survivability with Arcane Ages. Like, take a look at my Vauban build, for example.
You have remembered well.
See, I run Arcane Ages because it's really good survivability. You're invulnerable when this procs it. You're just invulnerable for 12 seconds. And then Multi-Augmented is just more ability strength. And you have a lot of Warframe Arcanes, and a lot of these are good. Arcane, however you pronounce this, is a really good Arcane for like invisibility frames. You know, like there's so many Arcanes here that are so good. And, you know, Arcane Energize is taking up a slot of one of those Arcanes. That's something you got to kind of think about. When you think about your operator Arcanes, they're not really Arcanes that drastically change your gameplay. They are, like, they definitely help. They're more like helpers than something that just, it's just a drastic part of your build, and your build just isn't going to function without it, you know? Or, you know, like, you don't have any operator Arcanes that can give you 60% power strength or make you invulnerable for 12 seconds. So, you know, I know I kind of keep repeating myself, but it's kind of a no-brainer, you know, to go for to go for Dissipate, in my opinion. But I don't want to just be all talk. I want to hop into a mission and show you guys what I'm talking about. We're gonna go ahead, hop into a mission, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so this is a pretty good mission to test things out in, just to show you guys Dissipate. Which I'm just gonna call the Arcane Dissipate, because saying Emergence Dissipate over and over again is just killing me. So I accidentally casted Nourish, so we're gonna wait for that to end, because I'm pretty sure Nourish does buff Dissipate. I could be wrong though. I haven't actually paid attention, but I'm pretty sure it does buff Dissipate. You know, which is another awesome thing. But we're gonna wait till it's over. I wanted to just show you guys how it would work on its own. So this is a perfect mission to test the Arcane on. These are enemies that spawn in. You know, as soon as you come into the mission, these guys are just here. So just imagine you come into the mission, you have, yeah, I guess 27 energy because you're stupid and you accidentally casted an ability. Come into the mission and you just go boom. And that's 60 energy right off the bat just from like a couple enemies who aren't, oh, I was gonna say who aren't giving me trouble, but I was I was kind of trolling with the movement there. But you know, you guys get the point there. That was 60 energy, and you can just do it over and over again. You can just boom, boom, boom. Oh wait, no, actually you can't do it that way, because okay. So the way Dissipate works, you have to, you know, you have to shoot them with the Nova, and then swap back to your Warframe to pick up the energy modes. which I don't really see energy motes when I shoot enemies. I pretty much just shoot them and I instantaneously get energy. So, but okay, you guys see I have 117 energy. Look at all these enemies here. I'm gonna group them up. Oh, I can't group them up because I don't have energy. So here's what we're gonna do. Look at that. It took me literally 1 second to get. I'm at 267 energy now. And I'm not killing these guys just to show my point off. I'm gonna stun them. Boom. Now we're at 300. Boom. 484. Boom. Now we're at max energy. Just like that. And you know, normally when you're playing the game like a normal person, you're obviously killing things, you're using your abilities. So let's play the game like a normal person would, right? My build, by the way, has negative efficiency. So my 4 costs 155 energy. Nourish 77. You know, Mind Layer 38, Tesla Nervos 38. So my abilities cost a lot of energy. So I'm running out of energy fast. And I do have Nourish, which is definitely helping me out. But it's not enough. I'm not, you know, I still have moments where I'm running out of energy. You know, because sometimes enemies just aren't really dropping energy. You know, maybe they are dropping energy, but it's not enough to keep up with how much I'm using. So, you know, killing enemies, whatever, using abilities. So it's a little bit hard to show my point off at times with Nourish up, so we're gonna just not have Nourish on. Again, a lot of lower rank players may not use Nourish, and even higher, you know, even veterans, like I don't like using Nourish on every build. So, you know, again, just normally playing, energy's low. Boom, I'm at 100. A group of enemies here. Oh, now I'm at 370. Do it again. Oh, now I'm at 450. Don't have to aim at them. I just literally just shoot at the ground and it hits all of them because the radius is so big. And yeah, just get a bunch of energy. And when you go into your operator phone, your operator form, you actually have a moment of invulnerability. So you're completely safe to just do this and go boom, you know. Obviously when you go back into your Warframe, like that's the part where you got to be careful because they can just one-shot you. You obviously have to be smart about it, but yeah, you know, it's very good energy economy with Dissipate. You know, just do that, boom. You know, just get a bunch of energy for base. All I really do is I press one button, hold down space, shoot, and I get energy. It's like 3 inputs. Very easy. And just to show off how the ability works, so when you void sling, a lot of people don't know that you can just hold down space to hold it for a second, and it like increases the range of the void sling, as you can see. So what you have to do, you hold down space and then you just left click and see how like I shoot something and it impacts the ground. That's, you know, that's the thing that's marking the enemies that makes them drop energy. Very easy, you know, very easy to I guess exploit. You kind of want to shoot it into the group of enemies. You don't want to shoot it like in front of the group. You want to shoot it in the group so it hits as many enemies as possible. But yeah, you know, pretty simple to use. Literally worth 20 platinum to get a full set of it. Like I said, so I'm gonna do a thing for this video. Anybody who needs emergence dissipate, if you join my Discord, which will be linked in the description, and you send me, if you join my Discord and you send me a screenshot of your mastery rank and how much platinum you have, you know, if you don't have a lot of platinum and your mastery is like a, you know, it's decently low, you know, I'll say like 12 to 14 mastery rank is like the max I'll probably do. You know, there's nuance to it. Depends on the on the person, I guess, and like the situation. You know, maybe I don't know. Maybe your cat just died and you can't farm Warframe. Emergence dissipate make you feel better. You know, I don't know, but you can join my Discord. You can ping me in the server. You can DM me. I don't care. and send a screenshot of your platinum and your master rank. And if you need emergence dissipate, I will probably just give you a few. You know, depending on how many people are asking. I can't give everyone a rank 5 dissipate because, you know, I only have 100. But yeah, I will help out people who see this video and need emergence dissipate. Again, very cheap Arcane. Literally costs 20 platinum to get a full set, and it costs like 2 platinum to get a rank 1. So pretty much anybody can get it at any point in the game. You could just trade with someone and get it with the snap of a finger. Or if you have a high, you know, you have a high rank friend, they probably just have one sitting around that they didn't even know they had, that'll just give you it. So yeah, there's really no reason not to use Arcane. I would love if people have reasons to not use it. Like if you have a reason not to use Arcane, let me know in the comments. You know, we can have a discussion about it. I just finished doing a level cap Void Cascade solo as Vauban with this setup. You know, this exact setup. You know, well, I wasn't using dual toxis. I was using the Prisma Angstrom. I was using this exact setup. Did it solo, and I didn't run. You know, I was running Nourish, but I didn't run. You know, the mod that the Arcane that it's Arcane Energize. I didn't run Arcane Energize. I just ran Dissipate, and I was, you know, I had some moments where I struggled for energy, but I would just literally just use Dissipate and get free energy. And those same moments, those moments where I was struggling for energy, I was struggling for it because I was using abilities and I didn't have energy orbs nearby to pick up. So whether you have energize or not in that situation, the situation is still the same. You're still going to be struggling because you have to rely on energy orbs for energize to work. But you know, if you're using Dissipate, you don't have to worry about that. You just need enemies, and guess what? In Warframe, there's always enemies around, so you're always going to be fine. You know, you're always going to have an energy source, but there's always huge groups of enemies. And Dissipate is not only good on Vauban. You know, I use Dissipate on plenty of frames. You know, I use it on, I mean, every frame that I play. You know, I play Loki, I use it on Loki, and you know, Loki isn't a frame that just groups up a bunch of enemies, you know, not like Vauban can. So you don't need to be a grouping frame or a CC frame to make use of the Arcane. You can use it on pretty much anyone. Anyways, I've been yapping for a long time. This video is probably going to be decently long when I didn't really mean for it to be. But yeah, this is something that has kind of been on my mind for a bit. I don't really see people talk about Dissipate that much. But I do see people struggling for energy economy a lot. So, you know, I even struggled, and for me, I thought the only option was energize. You know, I thought I just had to get energize to. But yeah, I'm actually running energize on my Loki Prime, actually. So, you know, even for this, that shows that, you know, energize still is solid. It's still a solid Arcane. You know, I'm not saying that energize is bad in this video, because it still is solid. You know, by the way, I kind of stole this build off of someone, so don't, you know, okay, I kind of did, but I kind of also tweaked it a bit. But maybe if you guys want a video on this build, maybe I'll show you guys it. It's an armor stripping Loki build. You know, very easy. I'm armor stripping with pillage. My strength is at 223. I don't know why it says 310 all of a sudden. It's bugged. My strength is at 223, but I'm still able to armor strip as Loki with pillage, and I still have great duration. You know, my range sucks, but you don't really need range. Anyways, you know, that's not the topic of the video. Okay, if you guys want the Loki build, maybe I'll do it. I don't really want to be a Warframe YouTuber, but maybe I'll make a couple Warframe videos. I don't know. I have things to talk about. I'm gonna end the video because I just keep yapping and talking, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, that's my build. Not my build, that's my verdict. I don't know. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm just gonna leave because I'm not even saying words anymore. You guys have a good day. New videos soon-ish. I don't know, I'm working on it. See you guys later. Have a good day. Out.